man, whenever you're ready.
My name is Gabriel Valentin, or Gabe Valentin, depending on how chummy we are. And I play in a little band called D-Lod, which stands for Digital Lizards of Doom.
Who baby, yeah. They don't pay us money, but the drinks they make are good. When you laugh, they think it's funny. When it's gone for good. We don't get no hit, no lovage, even when it falls on me.
I was 12 when I guess got that music hook, that music, I don't know, that feeling that just tells you, yeah, this is what I want to do. It's kind of weird, but it's real, it's true, it really exists. But I was at a Valentine's Day party that my mom had made me go to that I didn't want to go to, and there was this guy there who ended up becoming a really good friend of mine, and he just put a bass guitar in my hand and said, "Hey, you're gonna be my bass player." And I was like, "Cool, I've never played a bass in my life." And he was like, "That's okay." And we were just jamming and it was horrible. And I remember him telling me, "Man, you're playing like all the wrong notes, but you have really good rhythm. Like it's all in time, but you're playing every single wrong note, and that sounds awful." And I remember just being like, yeah, I'm on time, you know? I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't even know what rhythm meant. I officially started the D-Lod project when I was going through a little bit of a revamp with my musical career and stylism and just a lot of weird, crazy things that were all happening at the same time. I had been out of my band that I had been in for 6 years for about a year and a half to 2 years, and I was really kind of bummed out on a lot of stuff. Bummed out with my ability to create music, actually my lack of ability to create music, because I didn't have my own studio. I didn't know anything about sound engineering. I didn't know anything about how to even build a studio, how monitors worked, how sound worked. All I knew is how to scream into a microphone and play my guitar. So that was about it. So I was really freaked out, and D-Lod kind of became this safe way of experimenting with a new genre of music, because I just told myself, I'm gonna have fun. It's gonna be everything that I want to do. It's gonna have all my nerdy quirks in there. It's gonna have all of my favorite stories in there, and it made it really comfortable for me to just get into making music that was fun instead of trying to make a guitar sound a certain way or make a hi-hat sound a certain way. I just had fun and put these songs together in a computer, and I'm still figuring it out as I go along. So I made the decision to leap into the electronic world when I realized it was something I absolutely knew nothing about. and I already knew that, but I didn't realize it. And I just remember listening to, I think it was Mark Ghostin's stuff or something like that from Dead Mouse. And I remember there was this one little, and I knew it was like loops and the basic, how you would build a song like any other song. But there's this one weird sound that played a really crazy trick on your ear, and it was this really low synth, and it kept sounding like it was traveling from the left side of the speaker to the right side of the speaker, but it wasn't. It was just this really crunchy sound that just kind of moved you, and like it was just kind of it was weird, and that's exactly, I just was stunned. I was like, how did someone do that? And so that's what really captured my imagination on the electronic frontier. One of the most significant things that happened from experimenting with Digital Lizards was, and has been, continues to be, not taking myself too seriously, which I think for any musician is hard. I don't think a lot of people realize that, because I mean, you want to be the best you can be at what you do, and there's a lot of times where something just won't sound a certain way, or something, you might not sing something the right way, and you overanalyze it, and it'll just drive you insane. And it might not sound like a struggle to some people, but for me it was just agonizing. Let's see, using characters on stage. I've always been just so into bands that did that. Iron Maiden with Eddie, the Aquabats. I mean, they kind of are characters themselves, but there's just so much life into that, and I've always been a huge fan of theatrical performances. Queen is and will always be my favorite band of all time, and even still today, their shows were so theatrical and amazing, and they were doing something that people weren't even really considering doing it. They were just full blown, let's do this, let's put on the most epic show. And I've always felt, if you're gonna do something, you have to do it 100%, or else it's just lame. So for me, having characters on stage may not have been, always there, but just made sense. As far as the new characters goes, yes, there will be quite a few new characters on stage. If everything goes halfway according to plan, we should have a good amount of actors on the stage and performers on the stage, in new costumes to help Dizzy Doom and help Commander Echo take over the world or save the world. Either way, it's gonna be a good time. I love the connection of I love the idea of bringing music, video games, and comics together. That is something that really I get so stoked about. It's my 3 favorite things. And I don't think, and I could be wrong, I'm not trying to make a bold statement or anything, but I don't think anyone has done it the right way, in my opinion. I don't think anyone I haven't seen anyone really looking into doing anything like that with what I'm trying to do with D-Lod, and it just break down all these barriers. I mean, I remember watching this documentary one time, and it said that video games alone, just a video game, is the best form of art, because it's a picture, it's a movie, it's a drawing, it's music, it's a story, it's acting, it's characters, it's amazing.
They don't pay us money, but the drinks they make are good. When you laugh, they think it's funny. When it's gone for good.
I think it's fine, it's safe. It's Digital Lizards of Doom.